Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to see what happened to my trade last week, and before we begin, I just want to put a disclaimer saying that this is not a financial advice video. I'm not here telling you what to buy or to sell. Please do your own research, and if you feel like joining along, please invest only what you can afford to lose. With that out of the way, let's dive into it. So a brief recap, this is the third week of my journey to double my money. Crypto that I'm trading is Gala Games. So far I have invested $376.23, no profit yet as I do not sell any of my position at the moment, which I think will be a reoccurrence in this channel, but it does not persuade me from my goal. My goal for the first trade is $800 and the end goal of this journey is $10 million. Seems like it is impossible. You know what? Nothing is impossible in crypto. With that out of the way, let's have a look at this week chart. Previously, the last week, we are trading in this triangle. And if you can see this way, it managed to break the triangle. It reject at this trend line. And then it go to this line, which managed to support. But then you can see that it already break to the support. Before we seen this big drop, I already have my prediction, which I think that it will go in two ways. Which one is that it will play in this tunnel, which is in this one and this trend line. So what I'm thinking at that time was that it will play along this uptrend and then probably hit my sell order here, and then I could re-enter with the money at this point 0.0523, and then it will go ascending. Or the other one, downtrend one, which is it break this support and then we test it back and then it will go along this descending tunnel. But unfortunately, it does not do either of that two ways. It breaks solid down here. If you can see that it almost hit the key line that I mentioned in my previous video. Like I say in my previous video, that my strategy, if let's say it approach this line, that I will enter it, but I want it to be a little bit sharp entry and I want to reduce my risk. So I will show you where I'm currently putting my buy order. My buy order is around 0.046, and the reason why I choose this instead of the line of 0.04627 is because it's actually inside the demand zone. And if you're wondering what the heck is the demand zone and where should I look for the demand zone, is to look at the previous rejection point. So if you can see, you can't really see anything here because of the higher time frame. You need to lower the time frame, and then you can see the key point that you can take advantage of. This is the second rejection. If you can see, you can't really see anything here. I mean, you can take here, but for my trading, I will look at the first rejection point, and this is the first rejection point. I can clearly see the demand zone. So to briefly explain what is the demand zone is, actually there's two types of demand zone. You got rally based rally, and also we got drop based drop. So your demand zone is the base. So theoretically, if the price would enter the zone, it will reject it. Usually trader will do is that they will put their buy order here and they put their SL below the demand zone. So if let's say they want to risk their tradings, they will put SL below the zone, because theoretically the price will react inside the zone, and if it breaks the zone, then we need to find another zone to buy. Means that the previous zone has not managed to reject the price. You can clearly see that the rally and then the base and another rally. For me, take the base wick from here and then the base wick from here. So you have your zone. You can put your buy order here and then your SL will be down here. I'm trying to lower the risk even more, even though I already am at loss at the moment, but I just want to try if the theory could work or not. So my entry is actually a zone inside the zone. So I will show you what I mean by that. From what I learned from my previous trading classes or my self-learning trading classes, that this is what the teacher called as a king setup. So for you to have king setup, you need to find these two candles. You can see that there's a little wick here, and then on this candle you can see that there's a wick over there. So your entry will be in between those candles, and then for you to know whether that's a king setup or not is to see the behind candle. It need to reject at that line. So at this line, the 0.046, it reject the candle behind the king zone, reject, so it validate it as a king zone. So if you go back to the higher time frame and look at where we are at the moment, you can see that it has not retest in the 0.04627 or either at my buying order. So now it's just a waiting game, and we'll see whether the price will enter or not. If you want to be safer, you can just enter at 0.4616, which is the entry of the demand zone, instead of entering at the king zone, because usually people want to be safe. They don't want to FOMO, the fear of missing out, so they just enter early, and then the price will floating before it pump, because they don't want to missing that opportunity. So usually people who want to lessen his risk, it will enter at the king zone. But the king zone is risky because sometimes it will almost hit the zone. The next thing you know, the price already fly upward, and it didn't take you buy order, then you are missing out of the trade. So that's why people rather enter at the entry of the zone instead of want to be sharp entry. So I mean, it's up to you whether you want to enter at the entry of the zone or you want to enter as a sharp entry. You can choose either one. So at the moment, what I'm seeing is that the price is not looking great, because the price trying to make another flag. So if it does make another flag and it drop, we can kind of predict where the price will go. If you take the highest pool and then you put it around here, you can see that if it make flat pattern, it will go down up to 0.4324, which is a good and bad way, because the good thing is that it take my buy order, but the bad thing is that once it hit the buy order, then I will be at loss around 6%, and for my higher point of buying will be around 33%, which is not good, because this channel is about me making money, but now I'm just floating. So what my plan at the moment is, I already have put my order on 0.46, and then my TP will be 5% from here, because previously I already mentioned I already create a 5% strategy. So I'm going to use that strategy whether it works or not. I mean, theoretically it makes sense, but practically who knows. So the 5% from the buy order will be at 0.04875. I mean, it's a little bit more than 5%. The reason why I choose it a little bit high, because you can see this line is actually a support for the previous price action. So I was thinking that this zone managed to pump like the previous rejection, then it could easily hit this target. And then, for example, like this price, you can see that it pumped the price and then it make another zone, which is why I have this blue zone. It's actually the previous zone. You can also see that for the past 2 weeks, the price actually staying inside the zone before it break the zone. So what are my plan for this week is actually to wait for the price to take my buy order, and then my TP will be 5% from there. I will re-enter as the price make another structure. So a little recap is that I still do not manage to sell off my 4 and 5 trade. Still have the sell order at this point. So probably if let's say if this line pump the price, then I will take the 4 and 5 trade along to sell it off at the point and then re-enter it to the market. And that's pretty much it for this week video. You can show your support by clicking the like and the subscribe button. If you're new to crypto and haven't signed up in any exchanges, please do so with my link down below in the description. With that being said, thank you for watching and see you in the next one.